Stress. It's so stressful sometimes in life. And I want to give you my top 5 things that you can do for stress, acupressure points for stress. Now, these you can do anywhere, any space, pretty much. And I'm going to give you head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Remember that old thing from when you were a kid? Head, shoulders, knees, and toes. So we're going to start with the head, right? So the head point is do 20. Now, the thing with acupressure is to remember, it doesn't matter if you're not exactly in the spot. You want to feel a heavy, tingly, achy. You can do this along with me now. So you want to put your hands like a little, call this the bird pecking method, a little bit like this. And we're just going to tap the top of the head, which is the do 20. Now, this might seem like it's painful, but it's not. It actually feels okay. It feels good. So don't press it too hard, but you're just kind of tapping on the top of your head. Okay, so that's head. Then we go shoulders. Now, shoulders, if you just tap on your shoulders, it's a bit hard to get this one unless you kind of move around a little bit, bend forward. And then you're right between what we call your acromion process and your spine. So right in here. Now we're going to also use that same bird pecking method. And this is gallbladder 21. So we're going to do it like this. We're going to do it like this. I also love to do this one with a coat hanger. So a wooden coat hanger, you can use that to get this point and bounce on that area. That is a great way to do that. So that's head, shoulders. Now, before we get to knees and toes, we're going to do hips. So hands on the hips. So it's going to be head, shoulders, hips, knees, and toes. So hands on your hips, and right where you'll do, I'm a little teapot, where your thumb is going to fit is going to be right on the end of a rib, and you're going to come in the front of that. Now, in that little space, so you're not pressing on the rib, you're pressing on in the space in front of the rib, right there, and that's gallbladder 25. So if you're not in the right exact spot, that's okay. There are a lot of points in that area, and you can just rub that area. So we've gone head, shoulders, one at a time. Hips, knees. Now with the knees, I'm going to show you on my knee here, right, just below the patella, which is your knee bone. There's 2 points here. One's called stomach 36 and the other one's gallbladder 34. Now the gallbladder one is on the outside. So we're going to use an open fist like this, not a clenched fist, just an open fist. We're going to lightly be tapping on those points. And we're actually going to get both of those points in that same way. We're going to get gallbladder 34 around the side and stomach 36, and you do that on both sides. So we've got head, shoulders, hips, knees, and toes is going to be liver 3. So now I'll give you a little trick that you can do with this. Your liver 3 point, let me take my shoes off here. So your liver 3 point is actually between your 2 toes. So right here, you've got 1 point just in front and 1 in the back. So we're not going to make this too complicated. One of the tricks you can do is if you take your shoes off under your desk or something like that. Let's pretend I'm under my desk and I'm going to take, you can do this with your socks on, but I'm going to show you with one sock on and one sock off. You can actually use one big toe to press this point with the other foot. You can be doing this under your desk. And that is super strong. So I'm using my toe to press between the 2 toes. And you're just pressing it. You just press it. And you should feel like a heavy, tingly, achy. So you can just be pressing that 1 point incognito under your desk. No one will know. So you don't have to do these in order, but I've given you them as a little thing to remember. Head, shoulders, hips, knees, and toes. Just add the hips in from the old song. And you're good to go to remember those points. So hopefully these can help you alleviate stress. You can do them anywhere, anytime. How long should you do it for? Well, you can do it for a few minutes. You could do it for 30 seconds. I would do 30 seconds each one at least. Do both sides of your body if you can. That's good. What these points are going to do is they're going to help to move energy through your body so there's less stuckness. And that actually helps us to function better when we're faced with stressful situations. If you want to know more about how it works and you're like, oh, I want to know how it works, I do have a YouTube channel called Chinese Medicine Podcast, and I explain these things in long-winded ways so that you can come and learn about Chinese medicine, but also practice Chinese medicine. And I thought this video might be helpful to some of my patients who would like to kind of do something for themselves in these stressful times that we live in. So hopefully this has been useful and helpful to you. And if you're interested in seeing me as a patient, you want me to help you one-on-one, you can book an appointment with me at the link below. I'd love to meet you and help you on a better health journey.